Hello everyone, my name is Alissa Damn. I'm a certified massage therapist and health educator, structural relief therapist, and level 3 advanced neurokinetic therapist. I am the owner of Empowered Living Advanced Body Therapy, Sonoma County Family Alternative Health and Wellness. Today we are talking about mask tension and what people are dealing with during this time, and healthcare workers, as well as other people who normally are wearing masks right now. This video has been produced during the pandemic of 2020. However, this does apply to anybody wearing masks, or especially healthcare workers who regularly and routinely wear PPE every day to keep themselves and their families safe. So this video is really good for working through specific sequences on how to release regular mask tension from developing more TMJ patterns, setting the jaw tension, headaches, migraines, everything like that. So today, I have a mask, a regular kind of mask here. Most masks have the kind that you slip behind your ear where you can tighten it or whatnot. There are also masks that go up over your head and under your neck. I tend to like those the best because they've got more even pressure versus pulling on your ears forward. But most people, putting this on, is like this. And what you'll notice is that these masks really compress. So they're pulling back and they're pulling forward with the ears. So no matter how tight or loose you tend to have one of these masks or regular PPE masks, you're constantly pulling the ears forward and pressing back with the front of the face. So in regards to that, there's a lot of compression and a lot of tension that can develop over time just by having a mask, even lightly over the face, compressing the head forward like this. So over time, what tends to happen is we set our jaws so that we can hold the mask in place. Our ears pull back because they're trying to counter that pull of the elastic forward. And even over the bridge of our noses can start to become sore. For healthcare workers, there's a lot of sores that can develop on the facial tissue because of having to have such a tight suction so that nothing gets in and nothing gets out when they're on their shifts, hospitals or clinics, things like that. So in regards to this, there's a lot of compression. Same with like how a baseball cap that is too tight on the head will compress your head forward. Same with headbands on girls, or babies. That just compresses the cranial bones, which is not beneficial to an open and expanding craniosacral system. So these masks, and just in general, hats that are too tight, headbands, hairbands, hair tied up in a bun or anything, ponytail, anything like that. All those sorts of things can cause tension in our head and things like that. So headaches can happen, migraines can happen. It can easily because we're holding all this tension in our heads, the inflammation, the lymphatic drainage has no place to go. So it ends up holding and solidifying in our brains and our heads and increasing inflammation in our body that our body has to deal with on a regular basis, and which makes it hard when we're cutting off the major circulation for drainage coming through and out of our neck. So today we have a sequence that I end up doing quite a bit for people with tension in their necks, their head, everything from what these masks or other situations do. A craniosacral therapy session is amazing for releasing all of this tension. So that is a huge benefit. Though if you don't have that in your area or things like that, or can't travel to that, this is the next best thing. So what we normally want to do, so we have an attachment places. So the masseter attaches at the cheekbone, goes down to the jaw. So there's an attachment point, and so the striations of the muscle go down like this. Then we have the temporal muscle that goes around our ears in kind of like a fan shape. And so these muscles are all around here to create kind of a fan shape. So when you take your thumb and kind of press into that masseter muscle, that helps to release the jaw. And then when you take the rest of your fingers and press into kind of the side of your head gently and separate your fingers, what this does is it creates an opening position for your hands to release and open this area between your jaw and the back of your head. Of course, all of these demonstrations are for demonstration purposes only. These are suggestions, and so you may need to talk with your doctor before starting any of these suggestions. But these are just thoughts that based upon the anatomy of how our head and cranium are made, that this allows everything to just kind of open and separate. And you can breathe in and out from these patterns, and you can go in different ways. You can even kind of strum across the fibers of the masseter muscle. You can go down with the fibers. You can go apart in that sense. So there's lots of ways to kind of just separate and open these bones so that there's good flow and lymphatic drainage down your neck to get out of your head, and which creates pressure and tension. So anything with these masks now, and what you can also do is do things like this, just separating the muscles throughout here, separating this and letting things kind of open up, and just enough to create a little bit of tension and to open the tissue, and just letting your fingers press in and relax and slowly separate allows all these muscles and bones to really just open up after being so compressed from stress and keeping a mask on and moving through our days with less airflow, things like that. So all of this just opens up the head, so that regularly doing this allows the drainage to happen, so that you don't increase the tension in your head and neck area. So this is in regards to again these masks, especially with the loops that go over the ears. This is the most common, and I tend to feel like the most detrimental to us. I mean, the ones that go up around head and down behind the neck tend to have a little bit more of a solidified, full attachment sort of covering versus these ones that you just slip on. I mean, it's really easy to slip on, but over time, that constant pulling behind our ears just cause that compression to just lock down our joint function for our jaw. So if you have any questions, you can call or text 707-536-1147 or email me, Alissa, ALISSA, at empoweredlivingmassage.com. If you're in the area of Sonoma County, California, and you want to schedule an appointment online, feel free to check out my website at www.empoweredlivingmassage.com. Thank you so much for joining me this evening, and I'll talk again soon.